What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play here on the Amplified Console Edition. Now, soon enough, that name's going to have to change when the update comes out. If you endured through the last episode, you probably realised that it went on for, I think it was 15 minutes in total. And I completely lost track of time recording that one, especially where I sort of waffled on quite a bit towards the end regarding the update and what I should do with the Nether. I was thinking about cutting that out of it, but I thought might as well just leave it in it. So if you did endure through the episode, thank you for watching the entire thing, and thank you if you've put down any comments. Now I'm recording this one. This is now recording, I think, only about an hour or so after I've put that one out. So obviously, if you have commented on it, I've not yet seen it, and I'm hoping to get some feedback regarding the Nether. But today we're going to be stepping back from our mob spawner and our breaking the game mechanics as usual to doing a bit more cosmetic work. Now, as you can probably tell around here, I've done an outline of cobblestone of where I want our perimeter wall to go. It's going to wrap around the back here. There's going to be a gap between there, and then it should wrap along here and then cut back across here, over to here, and then all the way back here. Now, I've marked out for 3 separate gatehouses, which is you're going to have one over here. You should also have one, just lobbing them with a pearl over there. We're going to have one just over here to lead on to our mining outpost. And then also, I believe we've got one marked out for just over there. Now, I've not done any sort of design for the wall yet, is what I'm hoping to do on camera with you now. I usually do this off camera and I work out the design that I want before, and then I usually just show you progress updates of me having built it. But I thought we'd do a little bit of my designing process on camera. Now, with the wall itself, I want to add some colour to it. Now obviously we're not going to be using all of these colours, but we've got the concrete powder in blue. So if we just lay down a couple of lines of each one. I should have really done this before starting the recording, to be honest with you. Got some red terracotta. And what else we got? We got light blue terracotta. I'm not too sure about that because it looks purpley. It was good in the ceiling on our mining outpost, but yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. Got some cyan concrete powder. Now, if I do use concrete, it will more than likely be the powder rather than the blocks, because the blocks I think are a little bit too vibrant. Like, yeah, we should have a bucket of water on us just so we can do like a difference. Yes, that is extremely a lot more vibrant. Cyan's even more vibrant, but I think the cyan may actually work. A little bit quicker than that. Come on. That's saving Spike messing me up there. I think the cyan may actually be a bit of a keeper there, actually. What other ones did we bring? We brought some greens. The greens do work well with the sand, but I think it just looks a little bit dull and miserable. I want a bit of colour to it to make it pop a little bit. Just add a little bit of variance to it. So yeah, the wall designs that we're going for, I really would prefer them to be 5 wide each section if we go down to here. I've marked it out so each section of the wall is going to be basically 5 along with joining sections on either end, so it will be 7 along with the end sections being able to join on to the next one. So, and then it's going to be obviously a 5 wide design in the middle, and then preferably I want it to be 5 wide maximum, but I can stretch it to 7 wide if need be using the sort of steps details that we've got on the walls on that. So we will actually hop back up there a little bit further, please. Oh, that'll do. What other colours have we got on us to mess about with? We've got orange terracotta. Now, let's see. I think we're going to need to see it next to some sandstone. Not too sure about that. Basically, the colours, the light blues and what have you, they're obviously going to be like very small details, sort of the backboard colour. So then that's going to be our sort of centre layer, and then we're going to build out 2 layers either side. And probably 3 layers either side to get some extra details in. I'm definitely leaning towards the cyan though. I do like that. Oh, actually, the red looks pretty nice as well. This is usually why I do this stuff off camera, because I'm extremely indecisive. We should hopefully have a bed on us somewhere, just in case. I think the blue's a little bit too vibrant though. It's hard to tell actually. Come on, let me sleep. At least I can tell what it looks like. Thank you. Yeah, although the blue does look nice. Let's check some smooth sandstone next to it. Okay, so I think we've eliminated the duller colours. I want one of the more vibrant ones, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if that is red concrete or red. That ain't gonna help me, is it? I've only got red concrete powder. Let me quickly whack a line of that out. Do that. I'm gonna grab some sandstone. I think the cyan, I'm definitely leaning towards cyan or blue. I do like the reds, but I think the cyan will pop, and I actually want to add quite a little bit of a sort of like water features towards the centre of the town that I want to build in there. And I think the blue will fit in nicely with the cyan. I think this blue is just a tad bit too vibrant, but the cyan's just yeah, it's just like a nice lighter shade. It blends in better with the sandstone. So let's start our designing process now that we've picked out a colour. One thing about the colour is because it's literally going to be the centre layer of it, it won't take 2 minutes to change if enough of you think otherwise, if you want to go with a red. The red did look nice, but I'm hoping that the cyan will mix in better with sort of like the future plans of the area. Let's get rid of that. I did not want to break the entire ground, thank you. Okay, so let's get rid of this first of all. And our sections are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get some more cyan powder. I'm not too sure what sort of height we're going to want it. But we'll do it 7 along. Get our bucket of water back. I don't think that last one done much. Beautiful. Okay, how high is that? That's 4 high. I think it's hard to tell unless you've got a sort of... Oh, come on, get some flight please, thank you. Now, if that's our castle, well, not castle, I thought 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say 7 high. Is that going to be too high? No, I think 7 high will be way too high. We knock off, get lost. I think 5 high with like a walkway on top of that and maybe some spruce wood fence posts to borderline it. I think that might look decent. But let's crack on with the design quickly. Come on. That gets you quite high enough, does it? Okay, so we've got our base there. Now, obviously we're going to have our... These are going to be our connecting panels. So we've got a 5 wide space to work with. So if we do... We're going to want this to go up one more though, aren't we? So, can we get some more concrete powder, please? We do that. Come on. Okay, so if we do that, we bring this over. This can be our second layer. We could bring it up like that, just so that we've just got them 2 little columns. And if we say replace them bits with some sandstone steps, like so. It's looking halfway decent. That's too wide. Now obviously we're going to want, that's going to be our connecting pillar, and I think we'll mix that up with, say, some smooth sandstone. That does look fairly decent. Now you've got to imagine that this is obviously going to be mirrored on both sides, so it's going to be, what is it? Line on the bottom. Not you. And then we want you. Like so. And then we'll bring some, was the step? No, the steps were replacing them 2 blocks, wasn't it? Now, we do that, do that, do that, do that. And then we want to get our smooth sandstone. No, not you. Set smooth sandstone. It's going to be our connecting sides again. We're definitely missing a little bit of detail. I'm definitely liking the touch of cyan. Now, obviously, you're going to have the same things like 5 along here. And then, let me think quickly. We can bring these out a little bit further. So if we bring that across, that. I think the one in the middle might be a bit too much. Yeah, if we get rid of that step there, and let's say we replace it with some sandstone. Yep, that's fine. And then maybe we want to get up a little bit higher, because I would prefer it to come out here at the top. So if we add, say, another layer of sandstone here, and then we get our steps. I'm not going to be able to reach. We bring that out at the top, and then, oh come on, I need more sandstone. Might as well just make just a little step going up, shouldn't I? Would have been a lot easier and quicker. Want some smooth sandstone there and there. This can then come up a little bit. This can then come up there. And one, 2, 3. One on you. One on you. We could do the same detail that we have on our fortress walls, which is half slab, and then we want the sandstone in the middle, some steps either side, just so it looks like a fortress wall. And then obviously this in the center is going to be our walkway, and it'll be 3 wide, our walkway. Let's see how that looks. Ouch. Yeah, I think that is a sort of repeating pattern going along. Shouldn't look too bad actually. And it will be replicated on both sides. But yeah, what I will do now quickly, we'll make one quick break in this episode. Now that you've seen my designing process that I go through, I've just had to speed it up a lot. Usually I'd spend about 20 minutes, half hour just picking out the colour, and then about another half hour or so just messing about with stairs in different ways. But I think we're cracking on to about 15 minutes so far. So I'm going to get a section of it done just down there, and I'll bring you back once it's all done and put in, and you can let me know what you think. So I guess I will see you back in a minute. And we're back, guys. Now I've done a fair little section of the wall using the design that we've just come up with, and I think it looks pretty good actually. For some reason I can never get flight coming off of this mountain. There we go. Get a proper angle. There, see? If you imagine this on a larger scale, going all the way round as a perimeter wall, I think it will look pretty decent. I'm quite happy with it. The only thing I need to try to figure out is somewhere to put some hidden lighting. And as soon as I bring you back, it's becoming nighttime. Awesome. Now, what I have gone and done is to go sparingly on the resources I'm using. So obviously I'm not having a solid center. If we're able to get up there, I will be able to show you. But it's going to become nighttime as well anyway, so let's quickly get our rockets back. And there we go, awesome, can't take flight. Oh, come on. Thank you. I should really just pick up my bed and take it down there with me. I don't know why I haven't yet. Yeah, what I have done is instead of like doing a solid layer in the middle and then layering it up like I did on the practice design, so like as you can see you've got the solid layer of cyan. Obviously I've not done that in the actual design just for resources sake. I've gone for a spruce wood walkway, so we've got a 3 wide walkway which will go all the way around, which I think should end up looking pretty decent. So if we just take out a little bit of the layer, as you can see I'm making sure that as I go on, I've got myself stuck. As I go along I'm making sure I half slab everything inside to make sure that there's no spawning spaces for mobs, because really? Go on, saving Spike, thank you. To make sure that there's no spawning spaces inside the actual walls themselves. But we need to find some way of putting lighting in or on the wall. Now, obviously, like this spot here is going to be spawnable for mobs, so is that one and every other one. But I could probably just whack a half slab on them and these. But I would prefer coming up with a light-in source for them instead. And to be honest with you, the single columns separating each section does look a little bit bland. I was thinking about maybe, let me see if I can get the bits and pieces together. Let's see if we could do a little bit of our fire lighting for it. No, not you. We wanted the trapdoors. And we also want, we'll grab the steps in case we don't like the look of the sandstone. And we also need a flint and steel. Now, like I've said before in my videos, my fire spread option is off, and that is primarily for cosmetic rather than safety sakes, because I enjoy using wood and fire as lighting in a number of my buildings, as you've probably seen already. How high up do we want this? Don't want it right at the top. We probably want it, say, we've done it like there. Do you reckon? Put that one like that. Then trapdoor, trapdoor, trapdoor. Close them all up. Obviously not that one. Get some blocks on us. Get rid of you. And obviously with the fire spread off option, it means that wherever you light fire, it will stay permanently. It won't just go out randomly by itself, which is extremely good. Let's see how that looks. I think if we done that on each of the smooth stone columns going along, that should add enough light in to obviously stop spawns on the block directly above it, but hopefully the same for the block that's there in the middle, which will prevent the spawns from actually being on the wall, and it should create enough light in for us altogether. So we don't need it like ridiculously well lit up, we just need it decently lit up, just so you can see the border of that did not work. Just so that you can see the border of the actual town itself. That one. Yep. And then that one. Yeah, well, I'll carry on doing them off camera anyway. You don't need to see me painfully have to pillar up on both sides and do it. But yeah, the design is the same on both sides of the wall. So if we add the fire lighting inside, now this is, I did initially just do it up to there, but I thought I'd give you a demonstration as to what my plans are. Because you can see that this wall goes up and down the terrain as it goes around, especially going up that way, and I've made sure that the inclines and declines of where it goes isn't so steep to make the design look ridiculous. Like this is a slight decline, and what I've done is I've actually just designed the wall built into with the terrain rather than removing all this sand, leveling it all out. I've just brought this column down a little bit and then just left the sand there where it is, just so it seems like the wall itself has been built on the terrain rather than the terrain has been molded to fit the wall. And I will be using the same practice when it comes to the walls going round. Now, hopefully by the time the next episode comes out, I'll have the perimeter wall done. Next episode, we'll probably be working on the gatehouse, which is going to be including quite a bit of redstone. The current redstone design I've got for a gatehouse is way bigger than the area I've left allocated for it, so I'm going to have to fiddle around in my redstone test world and get the design of it minimized quite a bit. And this diagonal section of the wall design, I'm not too sure how that's going to come out. But yeah, hopefully that should all be up and done. The perimeter wall anyway. I'm not too sure if I'm going to straighten out this diagonal section to go up there and then cut across and then rejoin, just so that we've got straight walls. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to mimic that design in this space. Although I've made sure there is a 5-block gap in between each of these, so that we could go really the sandstone, the cyan, sandstone, cyan, sandstone, and then our smooth stone columns if we did want to continue that design. It's just using the steps to incline and do the sort of layered design, the layered sort of fill, like the depth of the wall. But yeah, I know that we've not got much done this episode, but we're hitting probably about the 20 to 25 minute mark now, and I don't want to make you endure another 50-minute episode. So in between this episode and the next one, I will get the rest of this wall cracked out, and hopefully by the time I next see you, this area will be completely mob-proof, because once I've done the perimeter wall, I will be lighting up every single square inch of the inside area of the perimeter to make sure that there's no mob spawns possible, so then I can quite easily and safely work in this area even at night. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the wall design. You've seen my design process that I go through, but in a very sped up way than what I would usually do it. And I'm quite happy with the design that we've come out with, especially with the fact that the top of the walls themselves match the same style that we've got on our fortress, so it sort of like molds in. We've added another colour to our palette for the whole town or fortress area that we're going to be building up. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have and it's your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing for future Minecraft content, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.